All right, guys, so we just arrived to the W Hotel in Beverly Hills, and we are in the presence of some absolutely legendary headphones right now. This is the Audeze LCD4s, and I've never seen these in person. I've never heard them. I've never got to experience them, and right now I'm honestly just kind of lost for words. They actually feel a bit lighter than my LCD3s, if I'm not, if it doesn't, what do you call it? I'm not being influenced or tricked in some way, like an illusion, so to speak. But we also have a surprise. We have the LCDXs as well. I've never heard these either, so we'll do a side-by-side of all of these headphones, because of course we have the trusty LCD3s here as well, which are in the beautiful zebra wood finish. And of course, I think these Coco Bolo, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the Coco Bolo. I could see those from a mile freaking away. All right, guys, so we've got all of that ready to go, and I think it's time that we start to maybe head to the studio so that we can try some of these bad boys out. If not, we might do some sound demos here, but I think the recording studio might be a better environment. Thank you so much to the boy here for having us be in the presence of such beautiful headphones. He's also a dubstep fan as well.
Yeah.
And
more from me later.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna have two different people's impressions. He is just an audiophile, and you know, I am a artist, music producer, so we have different perspectives. So we're gonna do like LCD3 versus LCD4 versus LCDX. So this will be kind of like a comparison video across the board of how each headphone sounds. What is this really worth $4,000 versus $2,000 versus like $1,100? You know, what is the difference between these three headphones? Because honest to God, I really am curious if these headphones really are double the price in sound. Because honestly, I don't know if you link in the description to my review of the Abyss 1266, but those were the best headphones I've ever heard, and there's nothing that can come close. So, I mean, these Audezes are only just shy of the price of the stock, so we'll see how it actually compares.
Like, no one, reviewers don't even have these yet.
What are those again?
These are Dan Clark Audio Aeon 2 Noirs.
Wow.
There's
So
only
those
like a couple reviewers that even have them. They came out like last month, and I hit Dan Clark, and I got one of the first pairs shipped.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of reviewers that haven't even got their hands on these yet.
Well, surprise, surprise, we're going to be doing the review of the Aeon 2s as well, so we'll have a bonus footage of that.
Aeon 2 Noir.
No, Noir, so they're like the Black Series.
The Black Series.
Pretty much. No, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. We're going to have to hear those. Also planar, right?
Yeah.
Closed back?
Closed back, planar. They're pretty incredible. These are a little more fun-tuned is what Dan Clark says. They have a little bit of uptick in sub-bass, a little more sparkle in the highs than the standard Aeon 2, and what they're saying is that's due to the pads structure. I don't know if you could see it in here, but there's a perforation just on the inside of the ear cup, not on that side, and somehow, some way, that magically kind of, you know, gives it a little bit more of a V-shaped fun situation. Well, I mean, I'm all about fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll get into these a little bit later.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, thank you guys for tuning into Pyre Records. We appreciate the views, and we appreciate the support, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon. We've got a few other videos coming out. We went to New York. We have been to a few other cities. We're going to be doing some more reviews of some more amazing tech. We've also got another really special thing coming regarding the Abyss. Can't say too much about that now, but stay tuned for that, guys. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you don't miss a beat, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into another Pyre Records video. Thank you, guys, and we will be at the studio. Well, guys, we are checking out here to go to the studio, and we have the beautiful W downtown in Beverly Hills. So we are going to be heading to check out some sweet gear, guys. We've got the LCDs all packed up, and we are heading to the studio to plug these headphones into some incredible interfaces, and we're going to be listening to some music, some unreleased stuff. And yeah, guys, I'll see you in a second. All right, so we are in the hallway now. We're about to enter our studio here.
Oh, shit. Dude,
look,
what is going on?
Look at that. We have a professional booth.
The live room in here?
Yeah, this is a real.
Just the lighting, the couch, dude. This is a vibe up in here.
Oh yeah, it gets better.
Such a vibe.
Hell yeah, it gets better. Well, guys, we've arrived, so we are going to be setting up the headphones to take a listen now. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Also, email info@pyrerecords.com if you're interested in booking a session here with us. We've got quite an array of nice equipment for you to use to make some music whenever you wish, guys. So go ahead and email us if you're interested in booking a session with us. Anyway, we are going to get set up. I will catch you guys in a second. All right, so surprise, surprise, we are actually going to be using the A room to do our review. So we are taking our stuff and we are moving to the biggest and baddest studio in this entire building. So we will be right back here, guys. We are going to be moving and migrating. So yeah, feels good to be here today, guys. Pretty legendary place. Some pretty notable people have made music here. So. Catch you guys in a minute. These guitars are from the Beatles. And it is truly surreal to be in this room, guys. Oh, I think my friend got lost. Yo, bro, did you get lost? Hey! I think my friend got lost. This is a big place. Yo! Where'd you go? You got lost. I forgot. Yeah, dude, you don't know?
I'm like walking down that way.
That's where the Fleetwood Mac studio is.
Well, I looked in here and there was nobody in here.
Yeah, no, it's this way. It's like kind of tucked away, but it's the sickest room in the whole fucking place.
Oh yeah.
This is nuts, huh? This is like the shit that you see online. All the big DJs and producers are in. Pretty gnarly. Well, we are gonna get set up, guys. So stay tuned.
Maybe recommend it as a hammer if you got a nail lying around.
Exactly. So we have, I guess, the world's most expensive hammers all laid out on the table right now. We've got the cream of the crop LCD-4s, which are, in my opinion, probably one of the most beautiful looking headphones. Wow, they're just gorgeous to look at. LCD-3s, which I did a review of, link in the description, as well as right here. Click that. And then also we have Audeze. It's apparently flattest headphone. These are the LCDX, which I'm really curious to hear. I've got something brand new that I've been working on and going to listen. So while we get this all hooked up and ready to go, we are going to be starting the review section. But first, we are going to be taking a look at some other headphones. I had mentioned in my podcast that I had never heard a pair of Hi-Fi Man headphones. So today we're going to be listening to the Edition X Hi-Fi Man?
Hi-Fi Man Edition X V2.
V2. And then also we have the Dan Clark Audio, which I had mentioned earlier, my favorite sealed headphones I've ever heard. Like, even out of the little Bluetooth connection thing from the sub pack, it still sounded brilliant. Like, I'm actually really surprised, because Mr. Speakers, they really did something right. Well, now Dan Clark Audio, because their headphones used to be terrible.
Yeah.
Like, terrible.
It's not that they were terrible, like, they were specifically targeted to a certain market who likes a little more of an even-keeled, like, non-exciting, very flat, very, Yeah, it's not like flavor. It's not like a spice. It's very just kind of like even and easy on the ears.
The Either C Flows are the worst headphones I've ever heard in my life. Like, I prefer the sound of Apple earbuds to the sound of the Either Flow, the first ones.
I was not a fan.
Yeah, they're really bad.
I also like voluptuous sounding, like soulful, impactful, rich, textured sounding headphones, and those just are not that.
I'm really excited to hear those LCD4s, man. Well, let's go ahead and get ready to do that right now, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah. We have we literally have let's see, 4,000, 6,000. We have like $8,000 worth of headphones right here, dude. That's kind of ridiculous. That's a lot.
Come rob us.
Exactly. All right, so first things first. I heard these back at the hotel. I had never heard Dan Clark before with these ones. These are the Aeon 2 Noir. Yeah, so they're brand new. No reviewer actually has gotten their hands on these yet as of the filming of this video. So I have a first look. Yeah, bro, these are brand fucking new. Like a brand new headphone that just came out from Dan Clark Audio. So literally there's no other person that really has these at all. So we're gonna go ahead.
Headphones is a whole thing, dude. They have a headphone convention every year in LA called Can Jam.
Okay, my opinion stands. You're the best closed headphones I've ever heard, ever. So the low end on these guys, the problem continues even with amplification. The real lows are missing. Like the sub is not very present on these. Now it's good and it is a solid representation of the bass. But the real low definition is missing.
They're not going to do the Abyss thing.
No,
they're just not. That's not what they're.
These are by far though, for closed backs, they're incredibly fun to listen to. Like and the timbre of these, they're a little bit more. They're not as haptic or like metallic. They're a lot more metallic. They're not. I wouldn't say they're super detailed monsters. These definitely sound more fun. I like I said, I really like these. I really want a pair of these just for when I'm at like the airport or something, when I'm producing on the go or like something. These would be freaking amazing. Or listening to music in like a hotel room when I have other people in there.
That's exactly what I use them for.
Or like something like that. These are great for like listening to music. And man, my new song sounds freaking great on these. I really want a pair of these. But okay, so that's these. Now I mentioned it. Like I said, I mentioned earlier in my podcast. I had never heard a pair of Hi-Fi Man headphones before, so I'm actually hearing my first Hi-Fi Man today.
This is aftermarket cable only because the Hi-Fi Man one that comes with them is really ugly.
Okay, so this is actually with an aftermarket cable. Wow, these are like a lot bigger than I thought. Is this the same size as the Aria?
Yes, that's the exact same size. It's built a little bit better than the Aria. It has less plastic than the Aria, a little bit more metal. But the grill on the Aria, see where that's silver on that one? The Aria is like all blacked out.
So it's the same.
It's the exact same design as the Aria, but with silver colored grills on them and a little bit less plastic.
And also, one last thing about these Noirs, they're really comfy, and so are these. I would actually say these have a little bit more clamping force than these. Weirdly enough, these have more clamping force.
Yeah,
these are a little bit tighter on your head, but it's not that bad. I really want to hear these. Never heard some Hi-Fi Mans before, so Hi-Fi Man Cherry Break, popping that right now. So the low end kind of breaks up a little bit on these. Yeah.
Are those?
Yeah.
Are those ones that are studio wear?
No. I heard some distortion on the high end I didn't hear. So these are more accurate. Fair.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, whoa, yo.
Yeah.
My consensus about these, I don't really like them. I do not like.
I knew you weren't like.
Yeah, I don't like them.
So Hi-Fi Man, I told you, dude. Hi-Fi Man is more about mids and highs and like very like
The highs
not
are like
rumbling bass. Like they're very.
These sound almost as bad as the Either C's to me.
Yeah.
I don't like these at all. Yeah, these are not good. That to my ear, I don't like them. The low end is way more there on these, like way more there. Yeah, you can hear the stereo image on these way better too. Like, because I have the left slightly more delayed than the right in the project file on the other computer. So you can really hear how my stereo image on these is a lot more, spread out. God damn. Yeah. Yeah, these are like amazing actually for the price. $1,100?
Yeah, the creators package I think is like $11.99.
That's really, really good.
But
for
those
the
used to
price.
be $16.99.
Yeah, they're really, really good.
Yeah, so they came out with that creators package and they dropped, and all they did was like remove the case. Like you just don't get the Pelican case.
Really?
You just get the headphones by themselves.
I mean,
And they dropped like $500 or $600 off the price. Like it's kind of stupid.
The-
So you're like, wait, why can't there be a creators edition LCD 3 and 4? Like, just don't give me a case.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't need a $700 Pelican
case?
fucking case when you can buy those for like $80 or some shit.
Well, then it won't be an Audeze case. There you go, dude. That's the power of marketing. But yeah, the low end response doesn't break up. It definitely holds together a lot better. Like I said, even with the more expensive Hi-Fi Mans, you were saying that what is it, Susvara? There's $6,000 for the Hi-Fi Man Susvara. That's like the most expensive planar I've ever seen. But Yeah, these definitely do a lot better overall. I don't know if I just like Audeze better, but yeah, these are pretty good. All right, now Old Faithful. Now we're gonna see. I do like my LCD3s better than these. Absolutely, I will say that. These are, I hear something coming in on like the left side. That's artifacts in these. I hear that.
I don't think anybody's ever done this on YouTube. Like, have a producer, an audiophile, and an artist all listen to some headphones. Pretty cool.
Yeah, the low end in these. Wait. Yeah. See, like,
But
with
they're
these,
colored. They accentuate.
Another thing. Like I just said as the producer, those lie to you because your vocals needed to come up.
All right.
I'm really interested to see how this is gonna go because those are 200 ohm, like, very insensitive headphones. Like, they need a fucking nuclear reactor to drive them.
Well, you know what? This will be a testament to the.
You're not gonna like them. I'm telling you right now.
Aw.
They're not as forgiving as the LCD3 of raucous dance music.
Raucous.
No, did I unplug something?
No, but you got close.
Yeah,
And then the whole fucking building would have caught on fire. I'm just kidding. It would. Not for raucous dance music. Yes, Saunders. Have a little dynamics in your life. You fucking
Right? Have you heard of Dynamics?
Hey, I listen to lots
there-
of different kinds of music. I mean,
You
I
like
also like
Sticks of
pop,
Butter.
like Avril Lavigne, Kesha, like Gaga, all that pop stuff. I like that too.
What does the waveform of that song look like?
It looks like a fucking
a brick? It looks like a brick.
Lando Lake's Stick of Butter.
Yeah.
Bam.
With like
Unsalted.
God.
I just want to see the waveform of any of your shit. Like, it's all just like.
Well, listen in.
I like it though,
Yeah.
dude. I fucking love dubstep. I go to dubstep festivals. I love all that shit.
I'm actually going to listen to a couple of different tunes on these because I've never heard these. And clearest.
Unsalted Lando.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I want to
You know what,
listen to my.
Saunders? If you were to ask me what your music sounds like, I would even just say unsalted Lando.
It's like, you're such a dick.
And people who know what that means.
Hey,
know
this is
exactly
not
what
a
that
roast. This is a headphone review.
No, sir. This has just become the roast.
I'm sitting here in the hot seat, like putting my ass on the line.
Well, I mean, you're at Basement. You've seen what dubstep does to the kids these days. Like, they go fucking bonkers for that shit.
For sure.
You gotta
love that shit. Like, the louder and crazier, the better. And I'm one of them. And I'm almost 40.
Dude, you should just start like a retirement home house, retirement home music.
Dynamics is for the elderly.
Dynamics is for the elderly.
Dude,
Exactly.
that'd be a great T-shirt. I would buy that shit.
All right, let's. Well, I'm gonna. All right, we gotta get the show on the road here. I am really. Ooh, all right. This is the mid range is like magical on these. Wow. Wow. Now these can't go as loud, but I can no, you can tell. Wow. God damn. You can really hear that stereo image from the it's clear as day. You can hear it's all the way on the left. Wow.
I've never played dubstep at Basement though. Never been.
Wow.
I've never played dubstep at Basement. They've
Were
always
you
had
like
me.
opening?
Yeah, they've never had me do that.
They used to have strict rules there because one of my buddies opened there one time too, and they like if there was a dubstep artist
Wow.
as headlining, they would not let the opener play dubstep. They're like, you have to play house. Like, and I think that rule expired maybe about a year.
Yeah, they
and a half
definitely
or so
did.
ago. But it was a thing there. Like,
No, I know it was. I was there at the
like if
tail
you
end
dropped
of
like one or two dubstep tunes, and somebody walked up to him and was like, "Hey, stick to the house."
Yeah. But I know that rule expired because you get there at 7 o'clock and those guys are going
And they're
hard.
just ripping already.
Yeah.
Yeah, like. But it was a thing for a while there. I hope that club's doing okay. I mean,
No, they're perfectly
Wow.
fine. They're owned by Insomniac. They're doing just fine.
yep.
They're doing just
Game
fine.
over. Yeah,
they're doing just
they're
fine.
good.
That's why I like working with them because they
Wow.
have so much. Whenever I'm there, there's so much range of music that they have there. It's not just dubstep. I've noticed there is a shit ton of dubstep shows.
Yeah.
But I've seen a shit ton of trance shows. I've seen a shit ton of house shows.
I've been going to that club since it was E Street Alley in 2005. And then it would turn into Below, and Below was a total hip hop club. I saw some cool people like De La Soul or some shit played in there. And then once it went to Basement, then it took it to Street.
So yeah, that's when Insomniac bought it. So Insomniac bought the area and did Basement.
I did not know it was owned by Insomniac. Cool.
Yeah. So the thing about these that is better than the LCD3 is the stereo imaging. Holy shit, it is way better. Like actually,
way better?
You can hear stuff way more clearly. It's like the LCD3, but with magnified. My friend Matt, his name is Manish. He owns these, and he fucking told me that this was like the LCD, like magnified. Yeah. Like this, what it sounded like.
Yeah.
So I got another track I want to hear on these. The one that I showed you in here earlier.
Whatever. Do you?
The rhythm one.
Do you, boo boo?
Oh, wow, this track's a little louder. Holy fucking hell.
Heck.
Whoa, the low end extension on these. Yeah, these are better. These are definitely better. These are better than these, for sure.
It better be at like double the price.
Holy shit.
I've literally never listened to this kind of music on those things.
Well, that's the crazy
I don't listen
kind
to
of guy.
compressed shit on.
That's the crazy kind of.
All I listen to is like dynamically. Like,
I was gonna say like compression. Compression is an art form. That is squishing it.
Yeah.
Which is fair. That's fine. I don't care. But like, I make a lot of EDM. A lot. I like dynamics.
Yeah.
It's important.
God damn.
Some of the better artists in EDM know that, and like their music just sounds. It just noticeable. Even played out live, you're like, wow. Like,
I like Calvin Harris and what he does. He brings greatness to the table when it comes to understanding music.
Yeah, I think deadmau5 is one of the best when it comes to like dynamics and textures and synths. Have you seen his studio?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That man has attention to detail when it comes to the dynamics and texture and range.
It's because of how he set his studio up, really. I wouldn't say he goes in... I mean, I prove me wrong, but like I've always just seen that he goes in and everything's kind of set up, ready to frickin' go because of the way that he wired it. He builds all of that stuff.
Yeah. Such a gnarly studio, and it's like in his house.
Yeah, the low end is not a joke on these at all. Wow. Holy shit. Yeah, I think this one's done. This track, wow. Yeah, you can hear my little, you can hear all the little things I put in there, wow. These sound more clear than the LCD3. Like, more clear, like, the highs are not hyped. The highs are slightly higher than LCD3. I can't wait to release this track. God damn.
Yeah, at home, nothing but Tidal Masters touches those things. Like,
wow. Yeah, no,
there's no SoundCloud, there's no Spotify. Tidal is the only thing that goes through those things.
Well, this
and you wouldn't stream either, huh? You would want to have the actual copy, is what I would say.
Wow, those LCD4s, I can only imagine amped. Wow, these kick ass. They're really.
I honestly thought you weren't gonna like them.
You can hear the resolution. Like the thing is with this, it's what I'm specifically listening for is like where stuff is, like the stereo field, like whether or not I can hear all the little instruments I put in there.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'm like blown the fuck away by like, it's breathtaking with those LCDs.
But they're not Abyss.
No. Even out of my UA, the Abyss stomp on these.
Yeah.
Like, the Abyss are just a different level. But, for what they are, I mean, they sound like, honey, and they're really, like, sensuous sounding. They're very, very posh sounding.
Yeah.
Like, they're not at all harsh. Like, these are harsh. These LCD3s, like, to be honest with you, the LCD3s and this Apollo, amazing together. Like, and it can go plenty loud, but you know, that's the other thing about that other tune. That wasn't even mastered. You know, that was a mastered tune. The other one I listened to on this guy.
Yeah.
Wow, dude! Thank you so much, though, also for bringing the headphones, man. Like this is the homie right now. He brought the
a lot of things.
he brought these beautiful LCD4s for me to listen to, and the LCDXs. Because with these LCD4s, you're getting more resolution, and the bass response on these is just out of this world. Like, that low-end information does not break up at all. It really has weight. But I think, Brian, I don't think you haven't heard these yet.
No, I do want to hear those guys. I want to hear two songs. I want to hear Billie Eilish.
Do you want to log into my title and play title through your
Yeah.
your
Let's
UA?
Let's do that. Yeah, put it to whatever level you
This
want.
is interesting. Wow, actually, I agree with you.
No, I told you, dude. Like, the low-end extension is ridiculous on those, honestly, bro. They get low. Like, that's the thing about those LCD4s.
I've heard like 22 hertz come out of those loudly,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
shaking the pads in it. Like,
Pretty nuts.
I'm telling you, these are out of my system. They are within spitting distance of Abyss. Like, they are right there.
Close.
Yeah,
But imagine the Abyss on your setup.
that's gonna blow my fucking head off.
Yeah, exactly. No, there's, like I said,
You know, I would produce in these, and the reason why is because
the resolution, dude.
The clarity.
there's a man doing harmonies in this that I would have not have heard.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. The detail monsters, like, you can hear so much shit. The stereo image, pay attention.
The stereo image is what blew me away initially.
Hey, dude! Holy crap.
I get it now. If I am sitting here working on a mix for like, I don't know, like 2 hours or something like that, these are fucking heavy.
Yeah.
These are
Yeah.
For me, the weight never really bothered me much, honestly, with if any of the LCD series. I'm surprised people, like I said, for me and this guy, you know, weight didn't bother us, but
You do feel like where you're wearing, like if you move your head like this, you're like, dude, there's a thing on my head.
yeah.
They're not featherweight, but
I mean, they're not.
wait till we bring the Abyss in here, dude. He's gonna be like,
Yeah,
yo.
Something that is weird for me. Since I work so much, right, I told you I like to avoid listening to music outside of work as often as possible. This has made a very enjoyable experience for me. Like, hearing it and being like, it's very, very... I can hear the soul in the music. In a sense, it brings it to surface instead of just, you know, letting it sit in the back. Like, this is music, there's a piano, there's an arp, there's a cut vocal. This is like a... It could get hairy when mixing, but I wouldn't say by much. If anything, it's probably better than 90% of studio monitors out there.
Well, yeah.
Big words.
I would say that. I mean,
Studio monitors are supposed to sound boring, aren't they?
Well...
They're supposed to. I mean,
They're supposed to tell the truth.
But
They're
they're
supposed to
still-
tell you the truth, and that's the thing about this. As I would say, these tell you the complete truth and nothing but the truth, and some. Now, that could be bad, but as a producer, you still want to check different sources for your stuff. I would still listen on laptops, because I still listen on tannoys. But when it comes down to, like, if I had to pick between those tannoys to mix something down or these, I would choose these.
Really? So, over the big boys?
Yes, over the big boys.
Yeah, I want to see your reaction to the Abyss, because that's
Those-
something. Those
yeah.
are better than those, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Those are better than
The Abyss sounds like alien technology. Like, they're wild.
How do they do that?
They're just obsessed.
Yeah.
Is it one of those ones where they put diamonds inside of them?
No, there's no like.
Have you ever
bullshit
seen
about
what
it.
they look like? It looks like a medieval, like, torture device. Like, it's like it's this big
Sweet.
square.
I'm down with torture.
Like,
Anything but listening, though, bro. They're amazing.
That's absolutely... That was a very enjoyable experience. And yes, I would say these are great for producing if you wanted to get them for producing.
I've seen many.
Just the
engineers
micro
use
detail
those.
alone on those things.
That's
The
what's the most
imaging.
important part, and your image.
Holy,
that's,
you can
that's
hear left
great.
and right
Yeah, that's,
so easily in those.
you could be like, I'm gonna go hard left, and then on regular speakers you'd be like, that sounds perfect because you're not gonna get near as much as this. It's overkill with how much it is, but it sounded fantastic. So if you're gonna go hard left on something, go all in. Go all in to the left to the point where you're like, this is really cool. It sounds really freaky. It sounds different. You put it on regular speakers, it's going to sound not as freaky and not as crazy, so that's good. It tells you the truth, but it doesn't. They're not lying.
Yeah.
They're just stretching the truth, which is good. Which is good, right? If it's still the truth, then that's good. So
It's really detailed. It's like a magnifying glass. Like I
It's-
said, you've heard these, but those are. I would say, okay. You know what?
But actually, you know what's funny about it? I would just say that these are the most accurate things I've ever heard, because the reason why I say it is just like, when I'm saying stretching the truth, it's like I'm hearing information that isn't really there, but it actually is really there.
They're not making
People
this shit
just-
up.
But people just can't hear it.
Yeah.
And like on any sound system in the world, you just can't hear it because it's made for either consumers or, you know, when you're getting into stuff like this, nobody can buy this kind of stuff, right? Like nobody has what are these 5Gs?
They retail for
4,000.
So nobody has 4Gs under their bed, and if they do,
Probably not
that's
to buy
Pablo
those.
Piazza. Wasn't it Pablo Escobar? That's who could buy these.
Most accurate fucking headphones you ever heard.
I
did not expect that.
I don't listen to headphones.
From studio guys.
I don't listen to headphones.
Right.
Like those things, those are flat speakers, and those are really great for mixing down. But you only need flat for dumbing it down. You need to dumb it down so that you can control what's already stupid.
Yeah.
Because they're not. If you have as much information as you can get, there's always more information that you can't hear. That will be picked up on those, but it'll be a dumbed down version of it.
Right.
So like that'll be like a scratch. That'll be like a thump. That'll be something that you won't hear on Incredible Stuff. You'll hear it there. I know you will hear it there because I heard a man's voice doing a harmony, and I did not notice that there was that before. It was very quiet. It was definitely in the back of the mix, like way back here, and it was low. It was filtered like mad.
But it was there.
And those NS10s would not have picked it up, but what it would have done is it would have told me that, you know, my mid-low range is being filled up, which is good, right? But what's even better is knowing exactly what's filling it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it is nice to paint your picture on a canvas that's worthy of painting on. So yes, I would produce
Now,
in those.
I'm going to come back up here in about a month and a half, and we're going to blow your fucking brains
we're
out with
we're
these
both
Abyss.
getting the Abyss TC, brand new.
They're literally the best headphones on the planet.
And
and a lot of people would
agree
with that. Even like the snobbiest of audiophiles, like agree. Like they're outrageous.
And I'm not an audiophile. Saunders, play me a song, please.
Yeah. I need to. You need to hear one more, and then I want to hear the tube amp too. I haven't heard that yet.
Of course.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for, bringing all this, man.
Oh, dude, of course, dude. I love this shit.
So we're gonna do an Abyss review, dude. Yeah, with the brand new, like no frills,
double unbox. No one's done that.
No one's done that. Yeah,
No
double.
one's done a double.
It'll be like $15,000 because we also have the $5,000 cable, and we'll do 2 parts. We'll do a part.
Creamy. Very happy so far. Very happy.
Yeah.
Forget it, bro.
Yeah, they're amazing.
These, again, talking about accuracy, I ran through the distressor with the vocals, right? And I ran through the 1073 over there, and I can hear it. Like, that's interesting to me. Normally I can't really hear the distortions from it, or the, it's not distortion, it's just like color coming off the vocals that you can't hear on Tanoids, you can't hear it on NS10s.
But you can hear it in those.
I can hear it on these, for shizzle.
So
For shizzle. I speak in Ebonics now.
I understand it.
Oh, you guys are too much. Appreciate the hell out of you guys.
Dude, I can't wait to come back here.
With the fucking Abyss, I know. We're gonna get him shipped here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just have him shipped
You
here.
can't open it until
Of course, no. That's part of the video.
Dude, it's gonna suck if they show up like on a Wednesday, and like hopefully I'm not working. If
Well,
I'm not
no.
working, I'll just say it's a Wednesday. I'm like, fuck, I'll come up here.
We will have to vote. I will wait.
Yeah.
I will wait.
It's gonna suck to wait though.
You know, it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
But it'll be nice because
You're gonna want to pop them open.
we will have them. That's what counts.
You're gonna want to pop them open.
I am gonna want to pop them open.
But then it's not a real
Unboxing, but I'm not gonna do it.
because a real unboxing's got to be like the knife.
Yes.
So, final review: these headphones will keep your dick hard for a week.
And you're hearing them out of a UA interface.
Yeah, I'm positive that there's
Like, and when you hear them out of a $12,000 DAC, like they will just
There's
rip your fucking face off.
I
Like,
want to hear my LCD3s on that actually. I'm
Yeah.
curious what
It's
those
very,
can do.
very, very. It's a good hammer. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I would use if there's a nice nail sticking out somewhere, you got to get it in there. You use it properly, and what I would do is I would use the bear claw. You know what I mean? That's probably gonna be your best way.
Oh my god.
dude, the
Ooh,
tubes.
even from over
Yeah.
here, yeah, you can. Ooh, yeah.
The tubes with those is
Ooh,
magic.
Whoa.
Wow, that amp actually kicks ass. Because I didn't like those at all, but from over here, even you can hear the.
So the backing track in these sounds like shit, but the vocals, holy cow!
That's exactly what I was saying. Yeah. So the saying they do vocals good.
It sounds like she's singing it to me.
You gotta hear that. Like, don't play dubstep on that too bad.
No, I
You know,
won't.
the backing tracks, it's not garbage.
Yeah.
It's really nice. It just sounds like it would be on the radio, but the
Yeah.
vocals are coming at me like... The vocals are coming at me like...
And the piano.
She's singing to me.
The piano sounds pretty good on that.
This is fantastic, too. I wouldn't mix on these.
No, God no.
I would test a final... That did not just do that. Yeah, that's a lie. I love that. Okay, yes, I would test final masters on these.
Yeah.
For sure. But I would not ever mix down a track on these.
They're liars. They're beautiful liars.
I hear analog clipping. That's what's interesting to me about it. I hear analog clipping, that's very interesting to me with a headphone. Okay, I can hear everything the tube is doing. It for sure is doing something. Maybe not for me, though. Like, I hear...
That's the kind of music I listen to on...
Yeah, this one wasn't, like, as enjoyable as that one was. You know what I
No,
mean?
that's a third
Well,
of
I
the
mean,
price.
okay.
this LCD4, you kind of, you know what?
I want to buy those now, but I know that...
No, wait till you hear the Abyss.
You're gonna dude.
The Abyss you can actually, like, produce on.
I
Like,
am. I'm saying even after hearing the LCD4.
Sounds
and
fucking
everything.
excellent right here, too. Like, just like...
So those are my travel headphones. Where I'm chilling in a hotel, let the tube amp get fucking hot, and I just zone the fuck out and listen to, like, shit like that, like, for hours.
I want to hear it.
A little weed and those.
Yeah,
Take
let
a
me hear Billy. Let me hear Billy. Restart it.
Billy Badass right there.
Don't cry, dude. Here.
Yeah, I was gonna say let me.
But I was gonna say it's the vocals for me. The rest of the track sounds average, but the vocals for me, holy goodness.
As of right now, yeah, it's a little bit muddy.
I
like a
agree.
little bit
That's
like,
I completely agree.
Let's see the vocal.
Also, the DAC inside of that, it's actually, there's a little DAC built inside of it. That's why we can plug the phone
Wow, and the vocal.
into it. That DAC is a little suspect. It's not the best quality.
Like you can
Wow. Yeah,
hear, you can
Like,
hear,
like lip smacking.
yeah, you can hear her tongue. Like,
I love this little amp though.
It's neat.
Dude,
Wow.
feel it. It's fucking burning
Yeah,
up hot right
I would
now.
check out. I would
spicy.
love to check out a movie in this, like because I really enjoy like action movies that have great fucking sound. Like that's what I don't really give a shit about an action movie that's got subpar sound.
Yeah.
If it's got great stuff, it's gonna.
Like Tenet. Like, that shit has
Yeah.
gnarly sound design.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Wow.
Anything with Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, it sounds, dude. The fucking mid bass and mid range, or the low mid.
It's just magic.
Bass, it's
the mid-range on those with the tubes.
Dude, it sounds so good, like out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could set those next to your bed and have background music.
It sounds so good
Yeah.
right now.
Like,
It's overwhelming.
well, I think that
about wraps it up.
yeah, exactly. That I think that about wraps.
subscribe, fucking do other things. I don't know.
Pretty much.
Follow me on Pornhub.
So should I do my audiophile version of a review for the LCD4?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna bounce. Saunders, you know how to shut the place down.
Yep.
Hey, Brian, thank you so much, bro, for tuning in. This is producer and DJ T-LUXX. I'm going to be putting a link to his stuff in the description. Thank you so much for reviewing these headphones with us. It actually is cool that you're agreeing with me. The resolution on those kicks ass. Like the imaging, everything. They're
Until you
hear the abyss. But yes,
Until I hear the abyss of which
these are the best
the
headphones,
world
probably.
may never know. But as of the best, that's up there with great shit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I'm not a geek like you cats, but there is something special there, and that's all I'm good at letting you know. Not bad, Jim.
Oh yeah. Well.
Good days.
Yeah, well, thank you guys all for tuning in and checking out the channel and everything. We're gonna go ahead and if we're gonna flash this guy, I want actually your opinion. Like I said, I want to see you'll compare these headphones. Tell me what you think.
All right. So, you guys might have seen me in some of the Facebook groups. My name's Kyle. Please put some pictures. Like I post pictures there. You guys have probably seen some of my gear. But these are my own personal LCD4s, and I'm going to do just like a quick review rundown of them. I've owned these for 5 years, since 2016. I think the LCD4 came out in 2015. So these are very much, they're old, they're worn, they're like an old baseball glove. So let's talk about the build first. I mean, it's no secret, they're Audeses. They're big, they're heavy, but I mean, these materials are pretty gorgeous.
You couldn't have told me. You could have told me that you had gotten those last year or something. The build quality on this is amazing because I didn't even notice that there was anything wrong with them. Like they look beautiful.
Yeah,
they still look beautiful.
Yeah, they still look pretty good after 5 years. Like the leather is starting to kind of chip up a little bit, starting to come up. I do use the leather protector from Audeze, but I mean, it's just they sit by a window in my house, so they've got some wear and tear, but I mean they're still holding strong. You got these big thick leather pads on here. You got the chrome grills. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. For comfort, that's always a hot subject with these headphones. They are super heavy. They're 700 and some odd grams. I'm a huge dude. 6'2" and 240 pounds. Like the comfort on these doesn't bother me whatsoever. I lay in bed or I sit up in bed and I listen to these things for hours on end, and I forget I even have headphones on. But I can understand, when you have these things on, it does feel like you have a headphone. For most people, it's definitely, when you move your head around a little bit, you feel like, oh yeah, there's a big thing on my head. But yeah, the sound quality comes out of these makes it, totally justifiable. So let's get into sound. Frequency response, I'm not a measurements guy. I don't look at nerdy graphs and pick apart every frequency that's, above or below the Harman target curve. I don't care. I care about different aspects like how music sounds through them. Bass on these, that's a huge thing with the LCD4. They're known to be kind of some of the best bass you can get out of a headphone. I have heard 22, 23 hertz coming out of these cleanly and loudly. It is just absolutely textured and beautiful. There's so much definition to the bass that before I had these headphones, I didn't even realize that bass had texture like that precise. So the bass is obviously phenomenal on Audeze's. Mids, the mids are just dreamy on this headphone.
Exactly.
They're just the things that dreams are made of. I can't say that the mids are accurate, and I don't care. The way vocalists sound on these through the right DAC and amplifier is as close to like a Stax SR009 through like a Woo audio tube amplifier as I've ever heard. It's the closest to electrostat vocals as I've ever heard in a headphone outside of the Sennheiser HE1, which is about even with this. Again, when you put these in front of a super high-end DAC and amplifier, you're going to get that kind of performance out of the mids. So the mids are just they're lush, they're textured, they're beautiful. Not much else we can say there. Treble, this is one of those areas of the frequency response where, the nerdy graphs do actually tell an accurate story. And I remember some of you might remember Tyle Hertzens, who was the Interfidelity YouTuber. And he also wrote reviews and everything like that for the website. And I remember he did the review of these right around the time that I got them.
Where are the white gloves? Don't they come with white gloves?
I'm not putting those white gloves on.
I'm just saying, like, well,
I'm not putting those on.
Did they come with it, though?
Yes, they came with it.
Are they in there?
Yo, dude,
they're in. Oh my gosh, they're in there. They're in there. That's
we're not putting the Mickey Mouse.
No, I just was curious.
Unnecessary. It's kind of a posh little touch.
Why?
When you're unboxing them and then it's like you pull out the white gloves, you're like, oh, I got some white glove equipment here.
Yeah.
So to me it was just kind of like part of the unboxing experience to make you feel like you got something substantial that cost $4,000.
Exactly. Yeah.
I didn't pay $4,000 for these. I paid around $2,800 for them used in 2016. And for $2,800,
there's nothing better. No, they stop like on anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, like these things, and I'll get into some comparisons on these things later in my explanation for them. But back to treble, Tyle was saying that these had a little bit of a wonky treble response, mainly in the upper treble, like around 10K, where it was like a little bit higher than it should be. So the timbre of certain maybe like cymbals wouldn't have that like lower register of the treble. It would be like a tap noise on the cymbal, and then like the shimmer after that would be accentuated by these.
Yeah.
And I would say when I first bought these headphones and I was using them with a Chord Mojo and a Wu Audio W822, and then after that I was using them with a Chord Hugo 2 and my Wu Audio W822 with fully upgraded NOS tubes, I could definitely hear that upper treble accentuation, and it was bugging me for a little while.
Yeah.
So, but we'll get into it later how I kind of rid myself of that issue. But it is there, and I love these headphones to death, but it's something I can't deny that's part of them in their frequency response. So detail. Whew, that's an interesting subject with these. A lot of reviewers say that these are extremely detailed. They're some of the most detailed headphones that a lot of reviewers and owners have ever heard.
I think they're better than the threes for sure. LCD3.
Yeah, and I've done a A/B test with these with LCD3 before, and you can definitely hear the uptick in detail. But one thing I can say about these headphones detail-wise is that they scale and scale and scale just infinitely. The craziest system I've ever heard these on was in the Wu Audio room at CanJam 2017. They were debuting their WA33. They had it maxed out with the KR Audio tubes, and then they had a $25,000 DCS Rossini DAC.
I've never even heard of that. What the hell is that? DCS Rossini?
Look it up.
Yeah, I'll have to.
25 grand for the
Hold
DAC.
on, I'm gonna look it up right now. Let me see. DCS Rossini. I've never heard of that.
So I played these on that system, and I can hear everything that DCS Rossini DAC was doing. So the fact that they can scale up that high,
$23,000, $23,999.
So the fact that these can respond to that kind of detail, and I can hear what a DCS Rossini is doing, played through a WA33, tells me that these scale up infinitely, which is kind of what makes them worth their asking price.
So the better your equipment, you're definitely going to hear the difference.
You're going to hear. I've heard micro detail out of these that destroys. Well, I'm not going to say destroys, but it outperforms the Sennheiser HE1, the $50,000 all-in-one electrostatic headphone.
Yeah,
I've heard micro detail in these that outperform stacks. I've heard micro detail in these that's, at or above the level of the Susvara. I think the Abyss Phi is the only headphone that I have heard that has a little bit better micro detail than this.
Yeah, nothing can touch the Abyss.
And that's just my personal opinion. No disrespect to Susvara owners or owners of stacks. Like, those things are absolutely incredible. The level of effortlessness in the Susvara and stacks is just staggering. These, we'll get into it later. They can get to that point, but those headphones do it just without even flinching. Yeah. So detail, yes, it's absolutely incredible, and it's really special, and it scales to the heavens.
Yeah.
So soundstage and imaging. That is an interesting subject with these headphones. Compared to the LCD3, the soundstage is a little narrow.
Yeah.
And
Actually, I disagree personally. I think actually soundstage, for me, I think that it actually improves with the with the LCD4. Believe it or not, but that's just my opinion.
right. So soundstage for me with these, these are my LCDXs. Compared to the LCDX and compared to things like the HD800 that I've heard, and some of the other soundstage champs, from Hi-Fi Man, I've heard those too. These are, I would say, medium width. The soundstage is maybe 7 or 8 inches outside of your head, but it's not like the LCDXs were like 10 inches outside of your head, and then HD800s go a little further, right? But I would say these are just a medium soundstage, and for such an expensive headphone, I expected a little more out of them. And even when I upgraded my DAC, the M scaler, the WA33, I have my widest sounding tubes in the WA33. I've upgraded my source gear purposely to try to get more soundstage out of these. With the NUS Zenith Mark III.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would love to hear those on something that makes the soundstage better.
Right. And
the Abyss kill those.
Yeah.
My opinion.
And so what I've been trying to do is, I've loved everything else about them, and I'm just like, how can I get these LCD4s to sound a little bit wider than medium? And they won't do it. Like, and I've spent so much money on so many components to try to get these things wider. And they won't do it. They want to be right here, medium, and now we'll talk about imaging. The imaging on these things is, I would say, in the top 3 headphones on the planet.
They're really good.
It is so precise, and it is so holographic, and it's so 3-dimensional. It is it's honestly mind-blowing. With the imaging, but it stops right there at that medium width.
Yeah.
But the staging in front of you, it's spot on center for vocalist, or guitars over here, bass over here. It's just like you could close your eyes and they're right there, and it's just like the shape of the performers is like you could hear it. So the imaging is just second to none. Maybe the Abyss might be the only one I've ever heard that's better.
Yeah.
And that's Phi and upwards.
Yeah.
So, yeah, imaging is just phenomenal on these. So the next thing I'll talk about is power amp and DAC pairings, because that is huge on these. It's no secret, these are a 200 ohm headphone.
So they're a little difficult to drive, yeah.
They are not, it's not even difficult, it's not even the word for driving these.
I had it all the way up on my UA. You heard how loud my LCD3s were, like even 3/4 of the way. I was like, I couldn't have it louder than that. Hurt. Those, you could have it up all the way and it still needs more.
Yeah. I was driving them just fine with the Wu Audio WA22. I usually had I had it on high gain, and I had the volume usually around the 12 o'clock, maybe 1 o'clock position, and I was getting it plenty loud, plenty of dynamics. The imaging was popping out. It was sounding fantastic. With the WA33, obviously a much more powerful amplifier. I usually keep the volume on high gain and high impedance mode. I keep the volume a little less than 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock position. But now we're going to get into DAC pairing, and that makes a difference with where I keep the volume pot on the amplifier. So DAC pairings, these kind of demand the best. It's no secret. I've been a chord guy. Since
you have the Hugo 2 here, right?
Yeah, I started with a Mojo, which I was running a Mojo and the WA22 with these, and it sounded pretty fantastic. Even though the Mojo is a little bit of a warmer, softer, the least detailed of the chord range. And then when I upgraded to the Hugo 2, I got tons more micro detail, a little bit more soundstage. The imaging was a little bit better, but the Hugo 2 is such a bright sounding DAC that it accentuated the upper treble lift in these headphones, and it was not a pleasurable listen. And then I eventually upgraded to the Hugo 2, or excuse me, Hugo TT2.
Yeah.
And and then the M scaler, and that just that pairing by itself with a laptop as source, that completely smoothed out the treble response. Like it didn't sound peaky anymore, even though I had more detail to the treble with the TT2 and M scaler. And then I added the Wave Storm BNC cables to go in between the two, and that just dropped the noise in between the instruments. I mean, the background got extremely black to where it sounded like instruments were coming out of just a void of nothingness.
Yeah.
It's just incredible the amount of like noise that those cables eliminated for me.
That's the thing about cables. I couldn't freaking believe the difference that freaking cable made on those Abyss. That's why it's like, see, I'm scooping that one up. But
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a necessary.
The cable on these, just real quick, this is the original LCD4 cable.
That's the original cable?
This is the original one. It's actually a special edition. Like they only made, I don't know, a couple hundred, of the first original pairs of LCD4s. I forget who it's like some guy who's like a cable guru or something. He made these cables, this blue one specifically for the LCD4.
I didn't really notice that before. I thought this was aftermarket. That's a stock.
No, that's a stock. It even says Audeze like on it right here.
Wow, I didn't.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
that's actually pretty. That's nutty, dude.
It's a limited edition cable. They don't ship with this cable anymore. Audeze used to sell this cable for $600 extra on top of the LCD4. Because it's like a special edition one.
Wow.
And I've tried aftermarket cables, like this one's from ALO Audio. I've tried Dana cables.
Yeah, this is really nice.
I've tried Moon Audio,
stocky.
Dragons. Now the LCD4 has come with more like this black braided cable, but I think it's a black and white one that they come with now. But this is like, this cable for some reason just sounds right. Like I've tried more expensive cables on the LCD4, but whoever manufactured this cable for the LCD4 knew what they were doing, and that's the reason why it's a special edition cable. I can't get away from it.
You've tried other cables.
Other cables might give you a little bit more top-end clarity or a little bit more openness, a smidge more soundstage, but this just tonally sounds the best.
Yes.
And it's a single-headed cable, and I'll never get rid of it. But anyways, enough about the cable. I wanted to talk about the DAC pairings a little bit more. So these headphones have cost me so much cash in upgrading my...
Yeah.
So I thought I was done with a Hugo TT2 and an M scaler. That's over $10,000.
That's like 12 grand or something, dude.
Yeah, plus those BNC cables that were like $2,000.
That's like $15,000.
I thought I was done. I was like, the LCD4 is going to eat this up. Like, I don't need to upgrade anymore.
Yeah.
No, I was wrong. They still weren't satisfied. So, because of where I have the TT2 and the M scaler sitting on my nightstand, I don't have room for much of a larger DAC than that. So it made me kind of dive into source gear a little bit more, because I can stash the streamer and things like that underneath my nightstand and underneath my bed. So I eventually got like an Inuos Zenith Mark III streamer, which I think is like $4,300. And then I have a Inuos Phoenix USB reclocker. I think those are like around $3,000, and that's a standalone OCXO clock, linear power supplies, like the works.
Nutty.
So after I got that, like, then things started to sound a little more perfect, and then the icing on the cake was a thing called the Uptone Audio Ether Regen, and it is a Ethernet reclocking regenerator device. So your Ethernet signal comes out of your wall through an Ethernet cable. It goes into this Ether Regen. Ether Regen cleans up, reclocks, regenerates the Ethernet signal before it goes into your streamer. That $640 piece of equipment refined the micro detail in the Zenith, the Phoenix, the M scaler, and the TT2 to a point where the only system that I've heard better was that one with the DCS Rossini.
Yeah.
Like, it is...
That's a $24,000 DAC. I mean, that's ridiculous,
but these
bro.
headphones made me do all of that, because they're so fussy and they're so amp picky that, like, of course I could have been happy with any of those previous setups, but to make these sound like I think Audeze knew they could sound when they released them for $4,000, it needs all of that equipment. And now they're at the point where you put them on with the right FLAC songs, and the headphones, the DAC, the amp, the source gear, it vanishes.
Hell yeah.
There is nothing but music. It doesn't sound digital. It doesn't sound, I mean, it sounds analog, but there's with no hint of digital music. It's just, there's nothing else there but music. It is
amazing.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, I was like, when we get the Abyss, we're gonna have to compare them.
And so the reason I mentioned that is because we're gonna get to the last thing, which is price. The reason why these are $4,000 is, and it took me years to get to this point in my signal chain. Now I understand why they're $4,000. It's because of the level that these can scale up to. And in each cable change and everything I did along the way, these let me know. They might not have always sounded perfect, but they let me know, like, hey, something in this chain needs to step up.
Mm-hmm.
But now that it is where it is now, I understand. This is a absolutely top of the line headphone. It demands the best in source. It demands the best in DAC. It demands the best in amplification. But once you do that, it is the fabled audiophile nirvana. 30 seconds listening to that, you'll smile and you'll thank me, and you'll be like, I get it. I understand now.
Hell yeah.
And that's the LCD4.
Dude, well, you know what, man? Thank you so much for, your review of these, because he's been a long-time owner. I figured letting him, kind of tell us more about these headphones would be a wise idea, because, like I said, you've heard these on every kind of source possible. And so, I didn't know that about those until you told me.
DCS Bar Talk, I played him out of the Bar Talk, I played him out of the Blue Dave.
Take a good look at those, like, beautiful. That thing, after fucking 5 years, they still look freaking brand new, pretty much. That's build quality.
Wells Audio Head Trip, I've listened to these things on. I've listened to the Hollow Spring Level 3 on these things. I've listened to Benchmark HPA4 amplifier. I mean, everything. Top to bottom, from DCS Rossini down to Accord Mojo, I've listened to everything on these, and I understand their asking price now. Finally.
Yeah, I mean,
but sad to say it, they might be on their way out the door.
Yeah, because Abyss, dude. I'm sorry. Like I said,
the Abyss TC is coming. I ordered it about a week ago. I tried to hold out for Audeze, making a successor to this headphone.
But they're I don't think they're going to do it.
It's just, it didn't happen soon enough for me, and I was rooting for them. And they will drop it eventually, but
I doubt it'll be better than the Abyss, dude. Like, there's, like I said, there's just nothing that compares to those. Like, I've heard so many headphones, including those now, and even those, even on my Apollo, it still didn't come close. But I don't really have a whole lot left to say, man.
I don't either.
I appreciate you coming by. Go ahead. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon. I'm going to be putting a link to our channel, as well as a link to buy all these headphones, and also a link to the headphone group that this guy's in, and some pictures from his headphone collection, as well as amplifier and DAC collection. But this has been Pyre Records, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to a pretty insane video. Like, I would say, having the whole lineup of Audeze headphones here is not a normal sight. And also, this beautiful Neve board and the crazy studio. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and see you guys soon. We'll be back with the Abyss. So unboxing coming for those. We're doing a double unboxing. We're gonna have 2 brand new pairs of Abyss, and it's gonna be legendary, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Yeah. Yeah. Fire. I like them loud.
I know you do, but you're freaky like that.
All right. So let me give you.
If like audiophile is a fetish, you're definitely a kink kind of audio guy. You know what I mean?
So I'm like a masochist.
You're definitely a kinky.
Yeah.
Like it needs to fucking.
I like
hurt
the
me?
classy ones. Like I like the.
Why'd you give me this?